Hello, and welcome to episode 3 of Limitless Podcast. I am back. I've been gone for a while.
Yes, we had a sniffoodle, but the podcast is going.
A sniffoodle.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it, a sniffoodle.
A sniffoodle. I like that. That's a good word. Okay. Yeah, but I've been gone for a while. Broke my leg. That's always fun.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, always.
we love break.
Yeah, it's always a fun pastime.
16 stones may break your bones, and it hurts like a motherfucker, but hey, it is what it is.
Hey. Yeah, so okay, well I'm back now. Also,
And
I just wanted to kind of give a little bit of kind of discuss what we're gonna start doing with this podcast from now on. Um, so the second episode, if you watched
it was
it,
shit. We apologize to all viewers. That was horrible.
yeah, it was a terrible podcast. Because, and I think I know why. Because if we were trying, we talk all the time, and we will talk about whatever for like 5 hours straight. But for some reason, I thought it would be a good idea to have some written down like
Topics
topics, right?
and pre-work stuff, which was a horrible idea, and it became a very dry, boring podcast.
Yeah, the first
So
one was
apologize.
okay. The first
First
one was
one was-
okay.
I loved the first one. The first one was great. I don't care what other viewers say. First one was great. Second one, that was freaking horrible. I apologize to all 5 of you.
More like 22.
Oh wow, we're popular. We're famous.
Well,
There
the
we
first
go.
one had 122.
Oh damn, we're famous.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Oh.
That's
Yeah. But hopefully we can start back onto the just talking about whatever, because I feel like it'll be better.
And I'm going to kick that off because the other day I was texting one of my friends in a group project, and I made one of the most legendary jokes of my lifetime, and he didn't appreciate it. So I need to put this, and we need the world's opinion on this joke because I think it's legendary. So I asked him if he had his part for the group project done yet, and he said no. My bad, Holmes. And I said no problem, my dear Watson. Now I think that is one of the best jokes I have ever made.
It's pretty good.
And he just sent a question mark.
That's pretty good.
I thought like that. It almost made me sad that not only did he not get it, but when I explained it to him, he didn't appreciate it. Like that is all-time level.
Yeah, that hurts actually.
Yeah, I know. Like, how can you not get the thing about my bad, Holmes? No problem, my dear Watson. Oh my goodness, I was so proud of myself for those 3.
Doesn't know what that is.
3 seconds before he responded, sir, he's like 20. How can you be 20 and not know what that is? No disrespect.
There's some weirdos out there.
Alan, props to you, man. But but still.
Yeah, I know what I mean. Like some people maybe aren't familiar with Sherlock Holmes. Like
he doesn't need to be, I'm not familiar with Sherlock Holmes. I still know that he called his partner Watson, and when he called me Holmes, I knew what to say.
I know, but I'm saying you also had an example of people not knowing what playing cards were. Like,
yeah, that's
which
true.
Seems even more ridiculous.
Okay, yeah. Okay, this is another thing we should actually ask the viewers about. We've always wondered this. So Tory and I grew up where we played a lot of cards, and we knew what was in a deck of cards.
And here's the thing. My whole family on both sides, and everyone we knew how to play cards.
Yep, same for me.
So no one, and friends we met, even at school, everyone knew what cards were, like what playing cards were. They're like, oh yeah. Like there wasn't anything we had to explain. These are playing cards. They knew what they were.
Exactly.
Like, everyone.
And in my stats class in first year, 2 years ago, not only did the professor commit an entire day to teaching what was in a deck of cards, but 70% of the class had a notebook out and did not get it, including one of my close friends up in McMaster. He didn't know what was in a deck of cards beforehand. So do people just like, I thought this was common knowledge. Like I thought like people learned to count, they learned what was in a deck of cards.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Thought this was common knowledge.
The thing that makes me sad though is that these people grew up not playing card games.
Yeah, that's depressing.
Which is the best thing.
Like what were they doing? Like what were you doing as a child playing
What
cards?
is more fun than playing like Crazy Eights for fun? It's a fun game.
Okay, wait, no. Let's actually rank this. Let's think of 10 things that only you can do at the ages when you're 10 or younger. Because that's when you don't have, not as many activities. Or maybe there's more. I'm going to say there's not as many activities.
Video games.
Just 10 or younger, what's better than playing cards? Sure, video games, 1.
Watching
What
TV. I'll
else?
just say
What,
that. I like watching TV.
no. We need to be specific.
Oh, what do you mean?
Watching SpongeBob.
Watching SpongeBob is fire.
Yes, and so that counts as all as TV when you're a child because that is well, at least when we were. It's shit now. But the
What
first
else?
8 SpongeBob,
Okay, what about running outside?
just running in circles. Yeah, sure.
Well, no, like when you go outside when you're a kid and like on like a summer day, it's like the best.
I don't know if that's as fun as playing cards though.
Yeah, no, I would say it is because I think under 10 you're not as into cards.
You're right. You're right.
You
You're
just
right.
want
You're
to
right.
run around. Older than
Okay,
10, like from 10 to
going outside.
20,
So
maybe.
we have 3 things. Okay, what else?
I have no idea.
Exactly. What did they do as children?
Yeah, but I mean those other things, video games, TV, that kind of encapsulates a lot of stuff. So it's
Still,
going
you just
outside.
did that sad childhood. How
Yeah.
are you not learning to play cards? Like, come on. I
Or
was playing in with my grandfather
Yeah.
when I was 4.
Exactly.
Like,
So was I. I love playing cards. I don't get it.
it's awful. It's sad.
Also, I've been really like board games are so much fun now that I'm older.
Oh yeah, my sister's making me do a game night tonight with
Oh
board game.
shit.
They're legendary. They're legendary.
What games are you guys playing?
I don't know. She just said she wanted to do a game night, and I just said okay. That was the extent of the planning.
But you know what I learned in like in the last few years, probably since like eighth grade, I've
What's
learned
that?
that there are so many like I have started to appreciate adult board games, and by that I mean like Settlers of Catan, like
Oh, that's a
games
good
that are
game.
super like strategic, risk stuff like that, like games like that that are really difficult and really fun. Because when you think of board games, people always like jump to like Monopoly or like all
No,
the
this
Game
is
of
all time.
Life. But you know what I mean?
Game
Like Risk is actually in there, like one of the like out of the big board games. And I'm like, there's so many small board games that are amazing.
True. Risk is a big board game, but I think it's way more legendary than the likes of Life, and I don't think Life is that good a game.
It's
Honestly,
a
it's kind of
terrible game.
it gets
But I
boring
mean,
quick.
no, but I mean
Monopoly
like
when you incorporate being allowed to, and if you run multiple boards and you're allowed to invest in other people, and you start running like stock options and bonds and stuff, then it gets really fun.
I
But
think
if you're not
I think a
playing,
regular game of Monopoly is still fun.
no, if you're playing a regular game of Monopoly, you're lame. You need to run multiple boards and invest in people.
Or
That's
but
that's
why do
the
you need to
first.
run multiple boards? Somebody just want to play a quick game of Monopoly. With your...
No, sir. There's no such thing as a quick game of
I
Monopoly.
know, but
I'm not
no, there
out.
is. There is because if people here's the thing that I learned. People who don't like Monopoly don't play Monopoly correctly.
I love Monopoly when it's played correctly, but correctly to me is running multiple
No.
boards.
But what I'm saying is, people sometimes play. People who hate Monopoly are people who never trade ever
Yeah,
because trading
yeah.
is like
Trading
essential
is a
to the
big.
game. Because
Yeah,
at some point, if someone isn't trading, you're just walking around the board and it's a 3 hour game, and you're like, oh my
you,
god, and you're like, you're mortgaging everything. Trade something. Get the game moving. And
yeah.
when
You're
you
right.
play with people who actually know how to do that, it's a great game.
See, I agree. That's when it becomes a good game. I think it becomes a great game once you really start expanding it. When you expand it beyond the normal rules,
I just feel like
then it
that
becomes
makes
a
it.
great game.
I just feel like that makes it like way convoluted, like way too convoluted sometimes.
Well, you're not going too far. Just like you say, you got like 8 people, you run 2 boards, so you can invest in people, and your money can grow wealth with them. You can pull out your investments, and then maybe you can create. What you could do, you could get some Nadex stock options, like find like just tracking them online, and you can like invest them in Monopoly money, and you can track how it grows because those stock options expire in an hour. So you can run Nadex actual stock options through Monopoly, which would be fun. I haven't tried that, but I actually just thought of that. That'd be really that's a good idea. I'm gonna do that next time I play.
Okay. All right. That was interesting.
What?
He just
Well, I
went on a
feel
whole thing
judged
about
now.
stuff.
Why
I
would
know,
you
but
respond with that is interesting? I feel judged.
my whole thing with board games is that they're fun. You just made it sound stupid.
How is it stupid?
Okay,
Nadex options are cool. You're investing in like oil futures in Ghana, and you're just hoping it goes up and it expires in an hour. It's the equivalent of a stock slot machine.
it's
God,
Monopoly. It's Monopoly. You don't have to do all that.
imagine incorporating a stock slot machine into Monopoly. That's legendary.
I guess, but I wouldn't play that.
Why? No, you're gonna play. You're gonna play it. You're gonna play it. Next time we
Fine.
have a group of guys together, me, you, Jared. Maybe we'll talk about it. Maybe on the poker night, if a lot of us run out of money, then we'll bring out the Monopoly board. We'll pull up some Nadex stock options, see how the oil futures in Ghana are doing, and the gold mining in frickin' Venezuela or something. And we'll do some 1 hour expiry stock options with Monopoly money. We'll track the growth, and we can run Monopoly money with that.
All right.
You
Yeah,
sound disappointed in that idea.
my whole thing is that I like how Monopoly is already.
What's wrong with putting Nadex options in it, though?
Because it's making it so complicated. Like, it's.
It's not complicated.
I play Monopoly for fun. I don't like having to do stock options and shit with it. I just want to play the game.
But
The
it's not
game
like
is already.
it's not a normal stock option. It's not stock options that like expire in 2 weeks, like normal stock options. This expires in an hour, sir. It's like a slot machine.
Yeah, but why though? It's a perfect. Monopoly is the perfect board game, and you're trying to change it.
It's not the perfect board game, though. It can be better, and
Yeah,
we're making
and
it better.
you know what makes it better? Home rules. And they're simple rules. They don't have to be. I don't know. I just feel like that would make the game way too complicated. And like, I don't know. I'd rather play a more complicated game that is already pre-made. Like a game that's like this is like a game that's already complicated, but not because we're just throwing in random shit.
All right, all right.
Well,
I'm
this
just
is my thing.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in your lack of spontaneity towards Monopoly.
I just like how the game is already.
All right,
It
I
doesn't.
call that you lack spontaneity. You're not a spontaneous person. That is all.
That's not the case. No, but
All
I
right.
think that is actually true.
No, you are a spontaneous person, just not when it comes to Monopoly and including Nadex options in it.
Well, yeah, because I think that's stupid. It doesn't
All
make
right.
me.
Oh, we've been on this topic for too long already. There's another thing
Yeah.
that I want to talk to you because I didn't tell you this because it just happened last night. So last night when I was home around 11:30, Jared texted me
Hmm.
and we decided to go to the casino at midnight, just like cuz.
You went last night?
Yeah, I went to the casino last night. I got home around 4 a.m.
Nice.
And while I was watching the blackjack table, because most of it was standing around watching, because there weren't too many tables open that late, so all the tables were full. So I was standing watching the blackjack table. There was this man. I do not know what language he was speaking. He was speaking in probably an Arab language, but he was very vocal and colorful, no matter what he got. And this man, I don't know if you know blackjack rules, Tori, but he
Yeah,
was
I
putting.
play blackjack.
Okay, you've played blackjack. Okay,
I
he
know the
was
rules.
putting $50 every hand on the perfect pairs. Yeah, $50 a hand. And guess what? He hit it. He got two queens. And he had $100 on his normal blackjack thing. Do you know what he did with those two queens? Or what would you do if you got dealt two queens in blackjack?
I would. I don't know. Actually,
You stand, right? You just keep your 20.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah,
split.
keep your 20. This man split face cards.
Why did he do that?
He split face cards after he just hit like 15-1 on
Why
a
would
50 head.
you? Why
But
would
then
you split a face card? Two face cards. Oh
because
my.
he's stupid. But here's the thing: he
Oh
just
my
hit 15
god.
to 1 on the perfect pairs thing. So you're like, holy shit, that's a huge payout.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter because he put $50 on the last 20 hands on perfect pairs, so he didn't make back what he bet anyway. This
Oh
man
my
literally
god.
bet like he literally came in and put like over $1,000 down on the blackjack table. Man was nuts.
That actually hurts me a little bit.
I know, man was nuts. He was crazy.
I
But
feel like
yeah, I
did he
eventually
know
got
how
a
to
spot at the
play?
table. He was an old man that was yelling about every single card that came down in a different language. But he seemed like he knew how to play, but he didn't care to imply any strategy. Because when you're betting that much on perfect pairs every hand and then you're splitting face cards, I don't know about your strategy.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like you have any strategy going there.
But yeah, I eventually got a seat at the back table. I actually won $105 last night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and Jared lost a lot of money. He lost a lot of money. He didn't make anything. Jared just lost a lot of money.
Well, I mean, he already
Jared
sucked us
listens to
dry
this.
the
I'm sorry,
last.
exposing him to the world. So just to make Jared happy, I'll also expose Thomas. Thomas also lost.
Oh,
And I
you guys,
both of them.
you guys
Yeah,
went?
we picked up Thomas on the way there.
Dope. But I'm
It was
saying
actually
Jared took a lot of our money the last two poker games, so you know.
not mine. It's yours, sir.
Well, I lost like I lost so much.
Between two poker games, you lost $110.
No,
Yeah, you lost 60 then 50.
I lost 90 then 50.
No, you lost. No, you bet 30, 20, 10 on the first one. You 30, you bought in at 20, you bought in at 10. And the
No,
second one, 30.
I didn't buy in 10. I bought in 30 again. I'm pretty sure. I
Did
don't
you?
know. Oh no, I did. I
No,
did only lose
we didn't
60.
allow 30, 30. We had made you go down each time. So you did 30, 20, 10.
Right.
And that was the first time. Second time, I think you did 40, then
No,
10, or was it 30, then
I
20?
did 50 and then I left.
That's right. That's right. You did 50, then you left. So you lost $110 between two games.
Okay, it's actually not as bad as I thought. I thought I lost 90 the first game and 50 the next game.
Okay, yeah. See, 110 is not that bad.
I mean, it's still a lot of money.
Yeah. Between the two games, the total currency update, you lost 110. Jeremy has lost 40. Thomas has made, I believe, 20. I've made about 35, and Jared's made about 45.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
and
I'm
Adam's, how much did
the
Adam make?
biggest loser.
How much did Adam? Adam was up like I think $10.
That's
The only people in the negative are you and Jeremy, but you're much further in the negative than Jeremy.
yes, I know. I know. Yeah, well the next poker party we have on Friday is gonna be a big mess.
Oh, it'll be a banger, sir. It'll
Yeah,
be excellent.
it'll be fun.
I wouldn't call it a banger because it's not like a banger party, but like it'll be fun because I hope it's not like the last time where it's literally Tory just put his money in and we just kind of separated his money between the other guys and that was it. Because no one else had to buy back in. Tory just lost all his money and we just distributed his money between us. That's what happened in the last game.
I mean, yeah. That makes sense.
But it's all right, sir. You're an excellent man and you're going to be an excellent player someday. You're just not there yet.
Yeah, at some point. I was thinking about actually. You want to know what I was thinking about doing before Friday?
Tell me.
I was thinking about doing a master class on poker strategy.
Do it, sir. Do it.
I found one that was $20, and it was like 7 hours of lessons.
There's a free one on YouTube from one of the World Series champions that does like literally like 20 hours worth of video.
Oh, I'll just do that one then.
Find that, and it's like 20 hours worth of video. Jared watched all of that. I didn't watch any of it.
Yeah. I got to start actively using poker.com just to practice.
Yeah, I've read a couple things to enhance my game, and Jared watched a lot of videos.
Yeah. I need to do poker.com, like just the free games, just to practice. Yeah, PokerStars.
The free games are going to ruin your strategy in money games, though, because free games, anyone will call anything.
No, I know. I guess. But I mean, like, my strategy.
Going on a cheap table, like going on like a 1 cent, 2 cent blinds table with like $5 and just practice there. That's the best place to practice.
That's a good point.
Just go to like a 1 cent table and just practice there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I was looking at my desk right now, and I just realized I had this sticky note still on the wall from the NFL draft. I know you don't know what this means, but it says De'Ami Brown no matter what, because I was making a draft day joke from the movie. I don't know if any of our viewers are going to get that, but yeah, fun. Still on my wall from April.
Oh, yeah.
The Packers didn't get De'Ami Brown, by the way, and I'm very sad. That's okay.
Dude, you get sad about everything related to the Packers.
Of course I do. That's the life of a sports fan. You have to. If you're not emotionally connected to your team to the point of it affecting your life, then you're not a sports fan.
No, I think that means you're just a young sports fan.
Like a part of you dies, then you're not a sports fan.
I guess.
That's just how it is. That's how it is. If it doesn't feel like a part of you dies after your team loses, you are not a fan of that team.
I mean, maybe you just kind of like realize
it feels like you're dead for like weeks. That's just how it is. That's life of a sports fan.
I mean, like, I guess, but I mean, you also probably some fans who are like, it's not the end of the world if they don't win this season.
That's not a fan then. That's a casual.
That's still a fan.
That's someone that consumes it on a casual basis. Someone that's a fan doesn't consume on a casual basis. They consume on an emotional basis.
Okay. Well,
Why are you saying
no, that's
that
fair
you?
actually. No, that's fair now that I think about it. Like I
Yeah.
know it's not really gonna make any sense. Maybe not, but like if you're a fan and you see a team at your worst, it makes sense why you're mad because you know them at their best and
Yes,
you want to see
exactly.
them at their best. That yeah, but the reason I say that is because I'm a Star Wars fan and the last two Star Wars movies were just terrible and I was very mad.
Yeah, I mean, the last few Star Wars movies. Do you mean like almost every single one produced since the original trilogy? Because that's the case.
No, it's your opinion. In my opinion, the prequels are good.
How can you say that?
I don't care.
I already had this discussion on the podcast in the first one, but seriously, how can you say that?
It's hard
How
to
can you watch?
explain. It's hard to
How can you
explain.
watch?
Every Star Wars fan goes through this phase. They go from liking all the movies because they just like Star Wars because they're a kid to starting to hate on the prequels because they're bad, right? And
Right.
then going to this phase where they're so bad they're good. I'm in that phase.
That's the only case of number three. Number three is so bad that it's funny, and you can
Episode 1 and 2 are just so stupid.
one and two aren't. They're not coherent films. They're not funny bad. They're
they
just
they
bad.
are they are hilariously bad.
They're not, but not in a humorous manner.
No,
They're
they
hilarious.
are. You just don't get it. You don't get it.
They're not hilariously bad. They're not like Sharknado bad. Sharknado
Dude,
bad is
any clip with Jar Jar Binks from episode 1 is just a
no.
clusterfuck.
You want to throw up. It's not funny. It's not Sharknado
Yo,
bad.
cause it's so bad it's good. It's a clusterfuck of just bullshit.
No, it's not that though. Like movies that are so bad they are good is Star Wars 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Star
Spider-Man
Wars
3 was
episode 3 is
fire.
the best of the ones. It's the one that's actually good.
No, it's not.
Episode 3 is the only of the prequels that is so good it's good.
Sir, there
I
are
don't care.
literally there's an infinite amount of memes out of Revenge of the Sith.
Yes, but I love it. It's actually a good movie. Just
Sir, I
because
literally
just
watched that
because
movie
a
and watched
movie
Palpatine talk about
Zach,
Darth Plagueis
Zach,
twice. Like, I
just
don't give a
because
shit
a
about the
movie
rest.
just because a movie creates a lot of memes doesn't mean the movie itself is a terrible movie.
Yes, it
Episode
does.
2 has the worst memes, has even worse memes than episode 3.
No,
There's less of
there are like 3 memes from episode 2. There's Sandus coarse and rough. It's
yeah,
like in
that's
your
the best clip because it's just what the hell does that mean?
wait, 3 has what was it? I love you because you're beautiful. No, you're beautiful because I love you.
That's not a line.
It is.
That's not a line.
What's the line then? Correct.
It's something like that, but it's not that. It makes sense.
No, it
That
doesn't. I
no,
look it up. It doesn't make any coherent sense. I'm googling. What the
it's not. I love you because you're beautiful, and you're beautiful because I love you. That is never said in the movie.
I don't. I think you're wrong.
That really, really, are you arguing with a Star Wars fan about this? That is not said. It's something like that, but it's not that. It's something
Okay,
that.
yes. Here is the exact quote. You're right. I paraphrased it, but it still doesn't make any coherent sense.
Okay, read it.
You are so beautiful. It's only because I'm so in love. No, it's because I'm so in love with you.
It's.
Then love has blinded you? Well, that's not exactly. See, no, this isn't exactly it. No, this isn't it.
No, she says.
That still doesn't make coherent sense.
I mean, it makes more sense than what you said.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. That's not the right line though.
Whatever. Okay, we have been arguing this for years. Let's just move on.
All right, whatever.
I was more referring to the sequels.
The sequels are shit too.
The thing is, there's memes in the prequels though. The prequels have memes. That's one thing that people can agree on that is the entertaining part. The sequels have no memes. It's just shit.
That's what 1 and 2 are too.
No, there's memes in it.
They're all from 3.
Dude,
sir.
every single line from Anakin in episode 2 makes no fucking sense and it's beautiful. Okay? Nothing Anakin in episode 2 says.
It's not funny though. It's not to the point where I can enjoy it.
Yeah, it is. I think it is. You are not. You are not the quintessential Star Wars fan that enjoys Star Wars memes.
Yes, but I'm right.
No, you're not. I like Star Wars, like get the memes and shit. You don't. You are not. You're never a big fan.
Star Wars in its entirety is still a bad movie franchise.
It's not. It's the biggest one in the world.
It's still a bad one though.
If it's the biggest, how is it bad?
Sir, you just open the door for so many possible jokes. Are you sure you want to leave that door open?
Fuck you. I'm saying if it's the biggest and so many people like it, it isn't objectively bad. It's subjectively bad, in your opinion.
No, it's objectively bad.
If it's objectively bad, why is it popular?
Because of the first three. The first three are excellent.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Yes, it does. They've created three fantastic...
they're separate. The originals, prequels, and sequels are separate things.
Exactly. The reason people went and saw the prequels and sequels is because of the original trilogy.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You only know the movies.
If you remove the original trilogy, Star Wars isn't not only is it not even a popular franchise, it might be the most mocked franchise of all time.
Zach,
if you
okay. Here's the thing, though. In your perspective alone, it's a bad movie franchise. But in most Star Wars fans' perspective, it is mostly good because people love the prequels and the originals and Episode 7.
How can you like the prequels and the sequels?
Because people do.
I don't understand it.
Because people like them. I don't know.
But I understand opinions, and I'm open to any opinion. But opinions need basis.
No, they don't.
No basis.
Opinions don't need basis. What the fuck are you talking about?
Opinions absolutely do need. You can't just have an opinion because I feel like having this opinion.
That's exactly what an opinion is.
Then that's not an opinion.
Yeah, it is. Then what is it? Then what is it? No, then what is it?
Off basis. That's what it is. An opinion is people's decision on how they feel on things based on maybe facts.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't need to be based on facts. That's the thing. That's why I always call you a Google fan, because you're a fan of things because of reasons. You don't have to be. You can just like something because I like it.
All things have basis. If you're not judging things off basis, then what are you judging it off of?
I don't know. That's...
Like, I don't agree with Spock on a lot of things, but you need some logic here, sir.
Yeah, okay, I don't know. You don't need. I
just referenced Star Trek here. Oh my god.
I'm just saying. Okay. Anyone watching this, in the comments of this video, tell me if you think an opinion needs to have facts to back it up, or else it doesn't count.
It doesn't need facts to back it up. It needs a basis to back it up. There's a difference between facts and
opinion. And here's the thing.
It's either facts or things people believe.
Here's the thing. I like it because I like it. That's a basis. You can like it because I like it.
That is not a basis.
You don't need to explain.
I like it just because is not a basis.
But I don't know. I like this movie because I don't know. I thought it was pretty good.
Okay, that is a basis.
Yeah.
But so there is no reason that any human on Earth can watch The Phantom Menace and watch Liam Neeson swing around his lightsaber and think, you know what, that was pretty good.
I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I love the original. I love the prequels.
I want you to pull up a mirror right now, look yourself in the eye, and I want you to say, Liam Neeson was fantastic in The Phantom Menace.
All right.
Looking yourself in the eye, and you keep a straight face. Do it right now.
All right. I'm getting my phone out. Doing a camera.
Do it. Get the camera. Look at yourself right in the eye and keep a straight face.
Okay. Liam Neeson is good in The Phantom Menace. I did it.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I can hear you smirking. I can hear the sound of your grin all the way from Amherst.
No, I'm laughing because you're saying some shit. Okay, fine. Okay, watch. I'm going to record it and then I'm going to send it to you.
All right. This is going to be video evidence. All right, I'm here for this. Let's see it.
Okay. Liam Neeson is good in The Phantom Menace. Boom. Recorded it. Sending it to you.
I heard that grin, sir. I heard that grin.
I don't grin in the... I recorded it. I do not grin in the whole video.
The only time Liam Neeson has ever been good
is when this video
about his particular set of skills. All
I
right,
do.
I got the video.
I do not
Let's.
smile once in the video.
Oh, I can see him fighting a grin in that. I can totally see him fighting a grin in that. You trying to hide it, boy? Oh,
But I didn't grin. You said keep a straight face. I kept a straight face.
sir. The only time Liam Neeson has ever been a useful actor is when he was talking about his particular set of skills.
Okay.
That is the only
Okay.
monologue.
Can we move off of Star Wars because we're just gonna argue back and forth? You're never gonna convince me that I don't like the prequels. Stop trying to. It's never gonna work. Okay.
Fine. Let's talk about Liam Neeson then.
I don't fucking give a shit about Liam Neeson.
Well, I wanted to talk about that monologue because it's kind
But
of
I've
a fun
never
monologue.
seen that movie, so I have no any. I
Have you ever
like.
seen Taken?
No, I haven't.
It's a pretty average movie, but the monologue is fun.
I'm not watching a movie for a monologue.
Sir, that's like all I do. I watch movies for what I literally watched Over the Hedge the other day just to watch the Verminator walk out and say, "Someone phoned about an animal problem. The solution is standing before you." Dwayne LaFontaine. Like I literally watched the movie just to hear that.
I watch movies for other reasons. Not because one guy said something funny. Actually, that's not true. There's probably tons of movies I've watched just because it was funny.
Yeah, I've watched so many movies just to see one line. I literally watched Molly's Game just to see Michael Cera play the legendary Tobias Maguire playing
But like, but also like that was a great thing. But actually, that was a good movie.
It was, but I stopped it halfway through after I realized Tobias wasn't in it anymore. I didn't finish it.
You didn't finish it?
No, because I just wanted to see Tobias. After that
But it
was
was
gone,
a good movie. Watch the whole movie.
I don't care after Tobias is gone. I only watched it for Tobias.
Why? It was a fun movie.
Tobias Maguire is everything, sir.
It was a good movie. So you actually stopped as soon as he was not a character anymore.
After I realized he wasn't a character anymore, I didn't stop right away because like I didn't notice. After he had that call with her, and I realized, oh wait, he's not going to be in the movie anymore. I left.
That's so stupid.
No, sir. I only watched it for Tobias.
You watched it for that reason, but just finish the movie. How were you not invested at that point that you're like, I might as well finish it?
I was literally only invested in seeing Tobias and hearing all.
Well, that's why we have very different views on things.
Tobias Maguire, what a man! What a man!
I don't know. I like the movie. I recommend it.
I recommend it if you're just like me, an avid consumer of Bully Maguire memes.
Well, and also just watch the movie.
Oh yeah, you know what? We should probably tell the viewers of why I wanted to watch Tobey Maguire in this movie. Most of the viewers I know, I probably already told this, but if there's viewers that haven't heard about this, I'll tell them. So, I don't know if you've watched Molly's Game, viewers, but it is about a woman running an underground poker game in Hollywood with a lot of different celebrities. And in the movie, they refer to this person as Player X, that they say is a Hollywood superstar, an actor that is like a professional level poker player that takes everybody's money, and he's like the biggest asshole ever. At one point, he says, "I don't like playing poker. I just like ruining people's lives." Mm-hmm. And we found out after she published the person that ran the underground games who Player X was, that it was in fact, as he's called popularly, Tobey Maguire. But I call him by his actual name, Tobias Maguire.
Yep.
A true legend of humanity.
And if you watch the movie,
if you haven't consumed Bully Maguire memes, if you need to get hooked, look up Bully Maguire and Family Feud, and then you can just find a ton of others from there. Family Feud is the best one you're gonna find.
Okay, what I'm saying is, if you watch the movie, and Michael Cera plays Player X in the movie,
yeah,
and like
which is Tobias Maguire.
He's playing Player X, who is Tobey Maguire. But if you watch the movie and you know who Tobey Maguire is, and you've seen like the Spider-Man movies, and at least kind of know his mannerisms, he plays it so well.
Yeah, you can tell it's him once you
can tell. If you know it's him and you hear it, you're like, oh my god.
Playing as.
Hey, buddy.
He walked in, hey, buddy. Oh my god. It was so Tobias. I loved it.
It was perfect. He played it so well.
He did. They definitely told Michael Cera who he was playing as.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way.
There's no way they didn't tell him. They told him, and Michael Cera knew how to play him because he probably knows him.
You know, I finally watched The Social Network.
Oh, you watched The Social Network?
Yes.
Did you enjoy it, sir?
It was pretty good.
It was good movie.
I thought it was good.
So you actually enjoyed the film. You didn't just sit there and consume the film to the point where you didn't enjoy it completely. You actually enjoyed the film.
I enjoyed the movie.
You don't get what I'm doing right now, do you?
Oh, fuck you. I hear it now. And I'm like, how did I fall for that?
Yeah, to the people that didn't get that, I was doing my Jesse Eisenberg impression, who is the main actor in The Social Network, who for some reason always talks really fast and then gets really slow whenever he's making any points.
And yeah, that's what he sounds like.
I'm very good at it, at the pacing of it. I'm not good at doing his voice.
Like,
but I'm good
the
at
main
pacing
thing,
of it.
Jesse Eisenberg is a weird actor.
He's a really weird actor. He talks like that in all his movies. It's the
Yeah.
weirdest.
It's like every movie he plays the same character.
He plays the same character and he has the exact same voicing patterns, and it's the weirdest pattern.
It is really weird. But that movie, he was really good at playing Zuckerberg, because Zuckerberg was kind of a weirdo himself.
Yeah.
Like, it worked in that movie.
They only cast Jesse Eisenberg in roles where he is kind of weird, so his mannerisms make sense.
Well, that's why he kind of was okay as Lex Luthor. Just kind of had that.
Yeah, okay as Lex Luthor. He was okay in Now You See Me as some weird magician dude. Like,
Yeah.
in all his major roles, he's a bit of a weirdo, and it works.
Yeah. But any movie where he's supposed to play a normal person, no.
No. If that exists, then it's a bad movie, and that's why it probably doesn't exist.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's
Yes,
true.
yeah.
He has such a weird acting mannerisms.
He's probably like that in real life too.
Probably.
He has to be.
Well, some people are not like method actors. They can only really they just play a character, and it's kind of how they.
Or maybe they just play
voices.
themselves. And then when they realize they're playing themselves, they realize this might actually work for some points in acting.
Stop.
I like doing it. It's fun.
Oh my god. So I've been reading the Shawshank Redemption.
Oh,
Finally
yes,
bought it. Yeah, I'm almost done. It's really short. Like, it's really short.
Yeah, Tory told me the other day that apparently in the book they outright say that Morgan Freeman killed his wife.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad. They didn't beat around it like it in the movie where like he might be guilty, he might not, but he seems like a decent man. It's like, nah, I outright murdered my wife.
Yeah, he straight up said I murdered my wife. It's
yeah, I killed her. It's whatever.
He says he regrets it, but he's like, I did kill her. I know that. Like,
this is where I wish one of my friends was here right now. He's an absolute legend, and I know he's going to listen to this because he's one of the consumers of this. Hello, legendary sir. I think you know who you are. I won't say your name out loud in case you don't want me to. But anyway, this particular person can do so many good impressions, including a pretty decent Morgan Freeman one. His Barack Obama is amazing, though.
Morgan Freeman has like the best voice.
So, this legendary, like, this man's an absolute legend. He can do so many great impressions. Like, every time I hear them, like, that's so perfect. Like, he does by far the best Barack Obama impression I've ever heard, and his Morgan Freeman is excellent.
I was about to try to do a Barack Obama impersonation, and then I realized that might be racist.
It's so hard. Well, yeah, you're white. I can do it because I'm brown. My fellow American. I can't do it. I try.
No, you know what? It's not racist. I'm not gonna make it sound stupid.
No, you're white. You can't do it. Don't try. My fellow Americans.
My fellow Americans.
No, you racist! You racist piece of trash!
I'm not racist.
Voice as a brown person.
Okay, fine. I'm impersonating Zach as Barack Obama.
I'm still brown.
I'm impersonating a brown person. No, I'm doing levels because I'm impersonating a brown person, impersonating a black person. So I'm safe.
Oh, I just got a text about fantasy football. Oh, someone wants to do a trade. I'm gonna review the trade while I talk on the podcast.
Yeah, but I'm reading Shawshank, and it's really good, but it's only 100 pages. It's only 100 pages, which is like, it's kind of insane, right?
Yeah, that's really short for a book. I'd expect that to be like a 1,000-page book.
Yeah, because Shawshank's like a great movie. Like, yeah. Well, I mean, if you think about it, if you rewatch the movie, not a lot of things specifically happen.
Well, I mean, there kind of is.
Well, I know, but if you think about it, the stuff that happens can be described pretty briefly.
I suppose.
Like the whole scene, I'm just at the scene. I just read the part where they're working on the roof, and then he like confronts that one guard, and then they end up giving the beer to the workers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm rereading that part, and it was like pretty. Talking about them getting the beer was like a half a page.
Oh, so it's like Lord of the Rings when they're describing a tree and they commit 2 pages to it.
No, but it's like half a page of them. The whole that was like a 5 minute scene.
Oh,
Like it was like when they're talking about how good the beer is, it just happens. Because
that's
like
great.
yeah, because I don't know, it just feels like I get it. And also, what's mainly different is that the entire book is told from Red's perspective.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
very
not.
different.
Well, it is mostly told through Red's perspective,
Not
anyways.
told by Andy Dufresne.
Well, in
I
the
can't.
movie, it's like that too.
Andy
It's
Dufresne.
told
I
mostly
can't.
by Red.
I know
Like
what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do the Morgan Freeman impression saying Andy Dufresne, but I can't do it.
Andy Dufresne.
Andy Dufresne. I can't do it. I can't. It's
It,
it's
it's
too hard.
it's a lot more. That was the first time I met Andy Dufresne.
Andy Dufresne.
You gotta balance the country-ish because it's only very slightly.
I can't do it. I can't. Like I'm not good
Yeah,
at any impressions
Andy
except for my
Dufresne.
Jesse Eisenberg pacing. That's all. Like actually changing my voice, I'm not good at it. I can only pace my voice.
But I
I only
mean,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you watch that movie, I'm saying, like, um, most of the movie is told through Red kind of narrating it. But there was a lot of scenes of Andy Dufresne doing stuff too.
Right.
Like that is all cut out of the book. It's mostly just Red stuff, describing what he saw, describing what things happened.
Is that old man that got out of prison and not being and wasn't able to live his life and ended up
Um,
committing? Is that in the book?
I haven't seen him yet.
Oh,
Brooks,
he's
I
not.
haven't.
Oh, he's not grown up yet. So maybe they added that just for the movie.
Maybe because he's not. I maybe haven't met him yet. Maybe it hasn't happened yet. But
Mm.
like maybe it's introduced later or something. I don't know. But
This
that
is a
part,
great.
I'd be surprised if that's not in it because that was like
Yeah,
probably
that
one of
was
the
like a
most.
powerful side plot.
Brooks was
That
here
was
is one of the
really
most
powerful.
like memorable lines.
Yeah, the man got out of prison and then because he was there for so long, he didn't know how to live at all, and he ended up just taking his life. Like that's sad as
Yeah.
hell. That's powerful. That's if that they just added that for the movie.
Yeah, but no,
Kudos.
and then he has that the carving that just says Brooks was here.
Oh yeah.
Like that
Yeah,
that part's like whoa.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah. But God, that's such a good movie. If you haven't seen it, shame on you.
No, there's none of our viewers. All our viewers are cultured people, sir. There's no
I mean,
uncultured.
okay, if you haven't seen it, watch it. I don't care. I don't care if you have other things you want to do that first.
There's no uncultured specimens on here,
I
sir. They've
mean,
all
I don't know. But I'm just telling you,
no.
watch the movie because it's worth it and it's really good and it's awesome.
Speaking of good movies,
And it's
I don't know if
Morgan
I told
Freeman,
you
so like it's Morgan Freeman, so game over.
the legendary man that we were just talking about that does impressions.
Yeah,
He actually recommended that I watch American Psycho like a couple weeks ago.
I haven't seen it yet, but I want to watch it.
Okay. But the thing is, here's what's crazy about this. He recommended that I watch American Psycho. This man, he doesn't act 13 at all. Like when I'm around him, I straight up think this man's like 17. But like he's 13. He's like, yeah, go watch American Psycho. And I'm watching there's like prostitutes. I'm like, damn, when I was 13, I was still watching Imagination Movers. Like
Well, yeah,
this kid is
but you were a late bloomer.
okay, listen, Imagination Movers, that does not make me a late bloomer. That is just great
No,
cinema.
it no, it does.
No, sir,
Considering no,
that's
I'm saying
cinema.
you were in seventh grade watching it. You can't tell me
No,
when'd you stop watching it.
sir. Sir, Sir, I'm watching Dave over there with the really neat hat. Oh, I'll still watch that. That stuff's just great cinema.
Okay, well, you know what? I can say as much as I want, but I really don't have any standing here because I sometimes still watch Power Rangers and I'm like a little into it.
Power Rangers, see, sir, that's also I haven't watched it, but it's probably great cinema.
I wouldn't say it is, but it's something about it that it's again for me it's so cheesy that I love it. Like I don't like it for the same reason most people would like it. Like as a kid you like it because you think it's cool. As my age now, I like it because I know it's not cool and it's just the lamest thing ever, but it's so fucking funny sometimes. Like some of the shit they do is just like, come on, man. Like this is the best you could come up with.
But that's what makes it great.
Yeah,
That's
it's
wild.
so.
Like Callie and I now and then will just slip on an episode of Imagination Movers just to consume it, just to see what it actually is. And we're like, you know what? Even as adults, this isn't bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how I feel about SpongeBob too.
Well, no, SpongeBob's completely different. SpongeBob isn't a
SpongeBob is
kid's show.
good. It's
For the
just
first
good.
8 seasons, you have to specify. The first 8 seasons, Imagination Movers, you can tell, okay, this is absolutely a kid show. But you know what? I can watch one episode with my sister and laugh about their stupid mannerisms and enjoy it. But SpongeBob is just legitimately not the first 8 seasons. It's not a kid show. Like they're quoting the Communist Manifesto in season.
I mean, that's such a good show.
That's not what SpongeBob.
SpongeBob is amazing.
Yeah, it's not a kid. No kid show is quoting the Communist Manifesto just for kids.
Yeah, I know someone. I'm not gonna say his name in case he doesn't want it to be said, but I know someone who says who made fun of me for like he's like, oh, you still
I
watch
know this
SpongeBob?
one too. I tried to get this someone to watch an episode. Sir, I know he's gonna listen to this too. Sir, I'm still disappointed that you said you'd. I'm gonna read the exact quote he sent me after I said you need to watch SpongeBob. I'm gonna scroll down to my text. I texted this man that he needs to watch SpongeBob, and he
Okay, but
told
he's one
me.
of those people that like, oh, I stopped watching SpongeBob when I was 13 because he has the impression that you can't watch it as an adult, and I'm like, what are you talking about? It's SpongeBob. It's the best shit ever.
I would rather drag my balls across a field of broken glass than watch an episode of SpongeBob.
What is wrong with him?
There's so much wrong.
I'm just saying, if you liked it as a kid, like I think he's one of those
And the
people that
thing
has
is, I
this.
sent him the episode in season 1 where they quote the Communist Manifesto.
Okay, well, I think I know him pretty well, so I can say he's one of those people that has the impression that like things are for different age groups, and once you move out of that age group, you move
That's
on.
garbage.
You
That's
choose. You
garbage.
have to stop consuming that.
That's
Which I
garbage.
disagree.
I was watching the Boss Baby TV show with Talia the other day. It's actually so good. Like I'm not even kidding. The plot line of the Boss Baby TV show is intriguing. It's actually a good plot line.
Amazing.
Like I'm not kidding. It's a strong plot line.
Yeah.
Like in Boss Baby TV show, you actually have to watch previous episodes to understand it. Like it literally develops a story through the seasons. And Tim is an absolute bitch. I do not like him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay. If I had that impression, I would have never watched Avatar. And like,
yeah,
that's one of my favorite shows now. It's so good.
yes, and
Like
you
I
watch
watched it.
when you get to watch M. Night Shyamalan's masterpiece of a movie
Oh.
with Ong
Yeah, with Ong.
and Sokka, as they say in the movie.
Yeah. But I'm saying, here's the thing. I watched Avatar just last April.
Yeah, you took a while to get to it.
And like, well, that was, I mean, before I was like interested in watching it. I just never got around to it. But I started watching it, and I'm like, if I had I would have never watched it. I watched it when I was almost 20 years old, and I loved it. That's not a kid show.
No, absolutely not.
It's for everyone. That show's amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I think there are a few things that I think are only kid shows, or there are definitely shows that are only adult shows because of the content in them, because they can be,
Oh yeah, obviously.
they can be explicit. But in terms of kids shows, there are a few kid shows that I watch now that I wouldn't at least be able to enjoy one episode of. Just enjoy the plot lines and what they're doing. I can still enjoy it. Like you put on an episode of Wonder Pets, I could enjoy that.
Oh, okay. Also, I've started watching. They just added it to Netflix. I'm finally I've seen episodes on TV before, but I'm finally watching the entirety of Seinfeld.
Excellent. I'm proud.
And oh my god, it's so good.
It's so funny.
I have something very much to say. There are like a couple things. So I'm I wouldn't say I'm a fan, but I somewhat enjoyed Friends. I know you don't like Friends, but I have to say there's this whole Friends is so much more popular than just younger people at least than most other sitcoms around that era. And I'm like, people watch Friends and then don't watch another 90s sitcom again or 2000 sitcom, and I'm just like, okay, you're missing. It's always those. It's that one and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is pretty good.
Yeah, Fresh Prince is that. Oh, you changed your mind.
I like it, but I like others more.
See, I love how your opinions change, sir. Because in the first episode of this podcast, you said you didn't like Fresh Prince.
Okay, I was more saying as a general opinion. I still am not the biggest fan. There are many other many other sitcoms I'd rather watch.
All right.
Like that's just my thing. It's not my, I don't know. It's just I like it, but I'm not the biggest fan.
Okay.
But I'm saying there are so many sitcoms, at least from the 90s and 2000s, that I feel like not a lot of people watch enough of, and are like, "Oh, Friends is the best one because that's the only one they've seen." Like, okay, you've got Seinfeld, which is
great, probably the best podcast.
Hilarious. We both keep saying podcast.
I said probably the best sitcom of all time.
I agree.
Like George Costanza, Jason Alexander. That's the best. That's the best comedy character ever created.
I agree. And like, it's just funny. Like there isn't any like goofy premises. Like there are, but it's always just like people acting in funny ways. Because in Friends, it's always like crazy shit's happening, and everyone. Friends is like the best example to me is of overacting. Like everyone goes way too far into their character. Like Ross is always like, oh, whoa, whoa. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he always acts the same way, and like I feel like the characters in Seinfeld, they do weird shit, but they act like more how humans would. Right? They just look like weird people, not like they're complete like whack jobs.
Yeah, in Seinfeld, the whole thing that makes George so legendary is the entire basis of his character is that he just has no respect at all.
Yeah, I know.
Like, here's a great example of it. This is in like a season 6 episode, so Tori hasn't seen this episode yet.
Well, I mean, it doesn't. It's not spoiling anything.
Right. Okay, so George buys a new car, and he finds this great parking spot right outside the hospital when they're visiting one of their friends who just had a child. And they go up to the window, and George is showing. He literally goes up to everyone and says, "Hey, look at that window. See that parking spot? It's a great parking spot, isn't it?" And he's showing off his parking spot. He's flexing his parking spot because that's the kind of stuff that George needs to flex.
Yeah, exactly.
So George is flexing his parking spot, and then the whole hospital starts freaking out because apparently there's someone on the roof of the hospital that's about to hop, and everyone's freaking out. They're looking up and they're like, "Oh my God, there's someone on the ledge!" And the person jumps off and they commit, and they land on George's car. And obviously George just yells, "My car! My car!" And he runs outside and then the theme song starts. And in the episode, he goes to the hospital and he asks for them to reimburse his car after someone committed suicide.
That is him. That is George.
That's so George. I love it. Oh my God. The man has no respect and it's great.
I don't think any of them have any respect. But George is the worst.
The thing is Jerry's just a normal person.
No, he does some shitty things too, and it's really funny.
Yeah, but the thing is, Jerry's just a normal person. Kramer's insane, and George has no respect. I don't really know what Elaine's character.
Elaine is the girl.
Yeah, I know. I don't really. Like, yeah,
it's a '90s sitcom. The girl character is the girl, the female one. Like that's literally her.
Yeah, I guess a '90s sitcom works. You're not wrong.
I mean, she's a good character, but there isn't anything like clear cut about
her.
There
isn't a clear way to describe her character like there is with Jerry. Doesn't have that either. Like I say, Jerry's just a normal guy.
Well, I feel like with Elaine, it's like for guys we can kind of tell what kind of person a guy is. I feel like I think it has something to do with the fact that we're just guys, and I think we don't sometimes see character things. Maybe
because I have that issue with Jerry too. With both Jerry and Elaine, there's nothing. Character that just like this is what their character is. With George, it's that he has absolutely no respect at all, and with Kramer, it's that the man's just insane.
Well, I think the main thing is that Jerry and Elaine are like, well, not really Elaine, but Jerry is more like is the main character of the show, obviously. Yeah. But the thing is that he can be the main character is usually kind of like a relatable person that we can kind of be like, okay, this is just a regular guy in the middle of this. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, and I feel like every sitcom does that. They're always like the more less of a character, more of just like a person. They have characterizations, right. But and then the other characters are more have like one thing that's
sticks out about
that them. Sticks out. Kramer being a fucking psycho.
Yes.
And like George being completely the most disrespectful person on the planet.
Yeah, the one that someone landed on George's car is the same episode where Kramer in the hospital went to the psychiatric ward, and he thinks he saw a pig man, and he thinks the government's experimenting, splicing humans and pigs. So he has to investigate that, and he's looking for the pig man.
I watched the one episode. I'm not gonna describe details, but it's the bet one, the contest,
Oh, yes, I
which
remember that.
is probably the quintessential Seinfeld episode.
Yeah, I mean that we can't say what that's about because this podcast is a family podcast, even though we've said the F word at least 4 times.
It's not a
This,
family podcast. What are you
this is a
talking
family.
about?
So we will not be discussing the basis of that episode.
Are you sure? I think it'd be fine.
No, it is a family podcast.
We said the F bomb so many
Sir,
times
it is
already.
a family
This is not a
podcast.
family podcast. It's clearly
It is
not.
a family podcast. It is a family podcast where we mock Jesse Eisenberg's voice pacing.
I'm saying I don't think it'd be a big deal if we kind of work around it so people can fill in the blanks.
Okay, I'm gonna let you do it.
I'm not gonna say it exactly.
I don't have the gall to say that on the internet, so you can do it.
Okay, the episode is about the four main characters, so Jerry, George, Elaine, and Kramer. They all kind of do a bet to see how long they can go without, I think you can kind of figure out what that is. The thing you do on your own, that kind of thing. I think you can figure it out. But that's such a good episode. It's so
I love how
fucking
you tried
funny.
to get around it. That's so great.
Well, I mean, I don't know. If you can't figure it out, then I don't know.
Podcast. Sir.
If you can't figure it out by then, you're not old enough to know what it is.
It's a family podcast. Sir.
It's not a family podcast, Zach.
Family podcast.
We said the F bomb. That makes it automatically not a family podcast.
F is for family, sir.
We are not, like, if there's swearing in it, you are not allowed to be posted on the YouTube Kids app.
It is an explicit family podcast.
It's explicit family podcast. Whatever. Yes. I'm saying the episode's really funny because at one point they're chilling in Jerry's apartment and they see like a girl across the street like changing or something. And they look out the window, they're looking at it, and then Kramer runs into the other room. And this is like the next scene after they start it. And just comes in and goes, "Alright, I'm out." Just puts the $100 on the table. Like he lasted like 30 seconds.
I remember that scene too.
That's funny. So funny. And like you don't have to. The whole episode's really funny because it's like everyone's going insane and shit.
Yeah, and George becomes intelligent and brilliant because he stopped.
Yeah. That's so good. Yeah, that show deserves way more credit. But also, because I was in the hospital for like 2 weeks, I was watching a lot of TV. And I was watching this sitcom that I've probably seen clips before, but never really watched, and that's Frasier. And
I haven't seen any scenes from Frasier or anything.
It is really fucking funny.
Sir, family podcast.
Fuck you.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but that's a really good show, actually.
Is it? I'll have to watch it. I need to watch it. I've never seen it.
Like, I don't know, it's just some of the lines are pretty funny. Like, my favorite clip, I don't know what episode it was, because it was just on, like, CMT on, like, the hospital TV. But it was, so the main character's brother, so he goes over to his dad's house, right? The main character's dad. And the main character and their dad are there with their new girlfriends, right? And the brother, whose name is Niall, he just got broken up with literally like the day before. And he's just like really moping around. And while they're having breakfast, his brother and dad are like being really all lovey with their girlfriends and stuff, and it's very sweet. And he's just having a full-blown panic attack. Like sitting at the table. And like they're just like they're ignoring him completely. Like they're like, "Oh, do you want any syrup on your pancakes?" "Oh yes, dear, that'd be sweet." And then they kiss, and then he's just in the corner like just like dying, like out of breath.
That is quite humorous, sir. That's actually excellent.
If you actually see the clip, he's like losing. He can't breathe. He's actually like suffocating.
Sir, I'm actually still upset.
About what?
I was just thinking about my Sherlock Holmes joke.
He
And how
probably didn't get Sherlock Holmes. Don't worry about it.
sir,
It's a good joke.
it was such a good
It
joke
is a good
though.
joke. It is a good
I
joke.
wasted the opportunity on that on someone that didn't get it.
But the thing is, here's the thing though. It will not work with a lot of other people because I don't know anyone who says Holmes.
I know a couple people that say Holmes.
Well, save it for them. But I mean, like, I don't know anyone who says, "Yeah, that's cool, Holmes." I don't.
Yeah, you said my bad Holmes, and I
Yeah,
said no
that's
problem.
not something people say that much.
Some people say it.
I don't
You're
know.
right. That may have been my only opportunity. You're right. I might not get an opportunity for
Yeah,
a while.
yeah. Well, so we're at about an hour now, so I think we'll probably call it there. We'll do another one pretty soon.
All right.
Now that we've gotten this set up now, hopefully this episode where we kind of just talked about whatever we felt like sounded better. I think it sounded really good.
I think it did too.
I think it was a
I
good one.
enjoyed it, and I think the viewership will as well. And
Yes.
viewership, since all the viewership's basically just our friends, if you enjoyed my Sherlock Holmes joke, please tell me because I need it to be affirmed. Because if it's not a good joke, I'm gonna be sad.
It is a good joke. Don't worry
So
about that.
please, I need other people to text me that though. I'm fishing for compliments about my joke right now. Let me catch some fish.
You're just like blatantly like, I'm fishing for compliments. I don't care.
Yes, give me compliments about my joke. I want them. Send them to me.
All right. Well, I guess I'll talk to you later. So we'll be doing another episode really soon.
Oh
Now that
yes,
we kind of got a system set up properly.
and Tori's not in the hospital, so we don't have to wait.
Yes, that was probably that's a good reason.
It was a sniffoodle. It was a
It was
sniffoodle.
a sniffoodle. All right. See ya.